Welcome to Las Vegas's South Point Hotel and Casino for the women's edition of the GEICO World Bowling Tour Finals. The best bowlers on the planet have navigated through Europe, North America, Asia, and Australia just to earn the right to bowl today for the title. And after all these events, 2010 TOC champion Kelly Kulik ended up missing the cut by just 11 points. So it'll be two Swedes, Nina Flack and Sandra Anderson, and the lone American, the Hall of Famer, Carolyn Doran-Ballard. Glad you're back here with us in Vegas. Rob Stone and Randy Peterson with you. We just saw Finland's Mika Koivuniemi claim the men's crown of this event. Two young ladies from a neighboring country, Sweden, have a chance to go home to Europe with the crown, but first they have to get by the ageless one, Carolyn Doran-Ballard. Not an easy task.
Yeah, it seems like a pretty tall order, especially when you look at Carolyn Doran-Ballard's resume. The Hall of Famer has 20 wins, 3 majors. She's won Player of the Year twice. But Rob, for me, the big one is the fact that she has all of the experience bowling under the bright lights here. I think it's a huge advantage for her.
This does not face CDB one bit. So Carolyn Doran-Ballard, your #1 seed, waiting in the wings. And she'll wait to see who she'll take on in the championship match. Will it be Anderson or Flack? We're going to find out right now.
The 2010 European Masters silver medalist and current member of Team Sweden, Sandra Anderson.
She hails from Ängelholm, Sweden, just 20 years of age. Was #2 at the Kuwait Open in Kuwait City in late March, which helped her earn a spot here in Las Vegas.
For me, my favorite stat about her favorite TV show, 2.5 Men.
Starts off with a strike. I don't know what that says about a young lady if that's her favorite show.
I mean, she's got good taste.
The Bowler's Journal World Female Bowler of the Year 2008, current member of Team Sweden, Nina Flack.
We are not aware of Nina's favorite TV show. One of the elder stateswomen in Swedish bowling, and I can't believe I just said that, at the age of 26. It's a very much a youth movement right now in Swedish bowling for the ladies. Nina Flack. 7-10, welcome to Vegas. After the 10, drops that one in, so an open frame in her leadoff frame.
And Rob, I always said that the 7-10's like the worst break because your ball hits the pocket, it should strike, but not only does it not strike, it doesn't leave you a spare you can convert. Kind of a rude welcome
Yeah.
for Nina.
It's not how we like to operate here in the States.
Oh.
The native of Kina, Sweden, to begin the second frame. Whew.
4-6-7 split.
So now, after the 7-10, it's the 4-6-7.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be back-to-back open frames. Take a look at the profile. This ball's pulled right through the nose, and she pays the price. So she gets no break in the first frame, and not a very good break there.
Ooh. Game effort, but it'll be back-to-back open frames for Flack. You would think with this Swedish-American feel, we would have a different oil pattern. We're going south of the border. Mexico City, long oil pattern. How does that affect play?
Well, the longer the pattern, the less back-end reaction there's going to be. So the less power you have, the harder it's going to be to get the bowling ball to drive through the pins.
Back-to-back opening jacks for Anderson.
See, Sandra's got a lot of roll, and you can see her ball coming off the end of the pattern and really driving through the pins. Nina's got a little more spin to her shot and her release. I don't see how a 45-foot pattern's going to favor that. That ball right around the second arrow, at the arrows at 15 feet or so. The big key, watch her release. Watch the hand underneath the bowling ball to create roll.
Sandra, Anderson's arsenal, Nano, Nexus Solid, and Nexus Pearl. Through the nose, gets a late kick of the 10.
There's a roll. Unfortunately, the ball was left of target out of her hand.
And her first open frame. So as bad as things have been for Nina Flack, that open frame by her countrymate Anderson giving her an opportunity to get right back into this one.
Shot there, only to leave the soft 10. Nina's bowled all over the world. In fact, she won the 2008 Qatar Open by beating Jason Belmonte in the semis and Dom Barrett from England in the finals.
First mark for Nina. Those two good friends competing together in Sweden and across Europe came together to Las Vegas, have enjoyed their time here doing some sightseeing, some shopping, but now it is bowling time. See the blue tape on the two outside fingers of Nina Flack. Had some finger and forearm issues about 7 years ago. And she has been taping those two fingers together to kind of strengthen her grip, her cause, ever since.
Remember the last time on the left lane she went high, leaving the split. This time it's a little light, leaving the 2-4-5. What I want to know though, Rob, is, I'll wait for Nina to shoot this spare, but I have a question for you.
Should I be frightened? Another open frame. Can you keep that question until we return from the break?
Yes.
It better be. I hope it's break worthy.
It's good.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. Nina Flack in an early hole, down 31 pins to Anderson. The GEICO World Bowling Tour Finals, presented by the PBA, is brought to you by GEICO, saving people money on more than just car insurance. By Budweiser, great times are waiting, grab some buds. By One A Day Men's Pro Edge, a multivitamin with more of what matters. And by the USBC and its 2 million members. To find out more about USBC, log on to bowl.com today. Rob Stone and Randy Peterson welcome you back to Las Vegas. Match number 1 of the GEICO World Bowling Tour Women's Finals. Sandra Anderson. Strike, strike, and then an open frame in the third. Back on the strike train.
Love this shot here. Rolls it really nice off her hand. That ball goes right through the 1-3 dead flush. Perfect.
Nice rebuttal from her open frame in the third. She steps up looking for her second double.
shot. I really like this game. She's really solid at the foul line, and she's got a little something on the bowling ball. She rolls it good. She's got some back end. Leaving that soft 10.
Second open frame for Anderson. So here's Nina Flack in the 5th.
And so here's my Nina Flack story, right? So it says she works full-time as a manager of a bowling center, and the name of the center is Nina's Bowling and Cafe. Well, if it's named after her.
Finally a strike for Nina.
If it's named after her, shouldn't she be the owner and not the manager? I mean, shouldn't she have somebody else managing it? She should just sit back and count the money.
You know who's counting the money? Her dad, Lars, who runs the center with her. So after her first mark, trying to add to it in the 6th.
We talked a little bit in our first WBT show about how consistent Mika's speed was. Well, when you look at Nina Flack's ball speed, he has nothing on her. How about 17.3 to 17.5 across the board?
Interesting. First spare for Flack. She sits down, trailing by 19. I asked Sandra Anderson, tell me something about Sweden, you know? The first word, actually, that both of them said, cold. Not exactly a great sales pitch. Oh, a very beautiful country. And a strike. She started bowling at age 3, Randy, and her first league bowling contest 2 years later at the age of 5.
Is that legal?
I'm not sure. Maybe in Sweden. I don't think it is here.
Another nice shot. Now all she has to do is avoid another open frame, put together a couple more strikes. She's going to move on to face the beast from the east, Carolyn Doran-Ballard. She's from New Jersey.
Beast from the east, CDB. She's not going to be happy with you when she hears that.
Nice.
There's another strike. She grew up in a bowling center. She too works there at the Angel Holmes Bowling AP. Her parents work there as well. See that so many times through our years here on the PBA and dealing with domestic and international players. Some of the top talents have grown up in bowling centers. There's a strike. Number 2 for Nina. Coming up next week, 3 European stars and 1 American. Part of the first of 4 eliminator format shows that will determine the finals for the first major of the season. It'll be the Don Carter division of the PBA World Championship. The lone American being Jack Jurek. The Europeans, Oski Palermo, Stuart Williams, and fellow Englishman, Dom Barrett. You can see that one Sunday at 1 Eastern. through the middle.
Yeah. And big trouble on that left lane for her because she misses just a little bit to the right. The ball goes light. She tries to square it up and it goes through the nose.
Extra Frame, PBA's online video subscription service, allows you to watch hours of exclusive live bowling from PBA events across the country. You also get product reviews, player interviews, and you can see our ESPN telecasts as well. There's a spare for Nina.
That ball was about 3 boards left of the ball that she threw in the 6th frame, and there's no way that that ball is going to hold its line to the pocket. She's like, oh, I thought I was going to chop the 610.
Great reaction shot from Nina Flack. She stands way back to watch her country mate, Sandra Anderson. Leaves the 7.
And honestly, this 45-foot pattern is going to favor Sandra Anderson a lot more than it's going to favor Nina Flack, simply because Sandra's got a little bit more on it. And the longer the pattern gets, the more conducive that is to revolutions. We saw Jason Belmonte, Sean Rash have great success on the same pattern. Even though Mika came away with a title, the high rep players really like that longer oil pattern. The heavier it gets, the better for them.
3rd consecutive mark for Anderson. Her lead now ballooning to 28. Ten-pin shy of her 6th strike.
You know, if that bowling ball could make the move another 5 feet sooner, even 3 feet sooner, the 10-pin gets taken out. But because the oil pattern's 45 feet, guess what? That's not an option.
So what should she be doing?
Well, she should try to slow her ball speed down just a little bit to get it to start to pick up a little bit sooner.
Flack and Anderson battling it out. The winner to take on your #1 seed, the proud American from Jersey, now lives in Texas, CDB, Carolyn Doran-Ballard. Only 2 strikes for Flack. They have both come on this right lane.
Tough pattern for her, Rob.
Man, she never found a groove, did she?
Yeah, it's hard to bowl well when you don't have a ball reaction. And she throws the ball fairly straight. And the longer that oil pattern gets, the tougher it's going to be for her. Remember, these women qualified bowling all over the world on a lot of different oil patterns, not just this. In fact, I think this was the only time it was used was in Mexico City.
Flack down 30 as we begin the 10th.
There you go. Nice shot.
Mika Koivuniemi was out yesterday watching the ladies practice, and he gave them a little bit of advice when they're on television.
What did you tell them?
When they're angry, to verbalize it in their native tongue, and they will not be punished.
No fines.
Unable to convert in the 10th. And Nina in the books with a 160. And Sandra will easily move on. Sandra will move on in comfortable fashion to take on our #1 seed, the American Carolyn Doran Ballard. And we'll hear from CDB on the backside. So our final is set. The 20-year-old Sandra Anderson from Sweden to take on the grizzled American vet, Carolyn Doran Ballard.